Okay, good morning, folks, and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is 9:29. We're waiting for the opening bell. We had some positive or better than expected jobs data this morning. 4, 3, and we have the NASDAQ 100 up about 0.66%. Three, two, one, and they're off. I always wanted to do that. All right, this is a 5-minute chart. Let's a little bit too close up to the action. So we have new daily highs. So the NASDAQ up 0.66%. Let's check out the Russell. It is up. We were talking about this yesterday with members. The Russell was beginning to look good. It was lagging the large caps, but looking good nonetheless. And I titled this video, Are the Airline Stocks Ready to Run? We're going to take a look at the airline index in a moment, and one stock in particular being Love, which was down yesterday, weaker than the airline sector. So the Russell looking good this morning. The Dow, inverted head and shoulders setup. You don't have a higher shoulder. Here's your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Normally you want to see that right shoulder above the other shoulder. But it looks as though we are poised to continue to break out here. We've already broken out. Now we're pulling back, retesting. Now what you need to see is the follow through. Looks like it's going to happen fairly soon. We're actually down on the Dow. And what else do we have here? S&P 500. Good morning, Jedi. Yeah, Facebook. Good looking chart. We'll pull it up for you. All right. Let's check out the dollar, which really this week is taking it on the chin. Euro yen outperforming. The dollar is down yet again this morning off the lows of the session. Let's check out gold. Gold down slightly, flat. We view any pullback in gold, the miners, as an opportunity to buy. Gold just went positive. Platinum, which had a great day yesterday, pulling back a bit today. This is probably a buying opportunity. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. Getting tired of the 15-minute chart. We're not day traders here. We're more strategic, longer-term swing traders. Always looking for a proper setup, risk-reward, entry points that are favorable to us. Not necessarily chasing stocks that are, or in this case, commodities that have had a decent run. Not that platinum has gotten ahead of itself at all. I think there's more upside here. Light sweet crude. This is an ominous chart. I'm not liking this chart at all. This is a chart that is demanding resolution. And at current, on a 4-hour basis, we're trading down below the lower band of support. No bueno. And take a look at your RSI, lower highs. Very concerning. Now, if we break out above resistance in green at around 41.17 the barrel, that would be very bullish. But right now, we're suspect of oil. And if we're suspect of oil, we're suspect of the energy stocks. Let's check out silver. Silver continues its rampage. A beautiful rally here. Just take a look at silver on a weekly basis. Look at this monster move. Big, big breakout. Wow, big move today in Virgin, of which we are long. Mm-mm-mm. Bravo. Healthcare doing well. Cloudera, which is one of our requested stocks from yesterday, pulling back a bit. Still a good looking chart, longer term. All right. And we're now negative. We're now negative on the S&P 500. Let's take a look at the Russell small caps. They're weakening up as well, down about a third of a percentage point. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at the chart of the Nasdaq 100, the NDX. I meant to do this yesterday, but I was on Twitter, and there's a guy that I follow, and I would suggest everybody follow him. He's a pretty intelligent guy, Northman Trader, and I pulled this chart off of his Twitter feed, and it struck me. You know, and I look at this chart all the time, but the way he had it set up here was kind of pretty ominous. And this is a monthly chart of the Nasdaq 100. Just think TripQs going back to 1991. And what he's trying to point out here is the fact that relative to he's using a 2 standard deviation Bollinger Band. We're very, very extended, and you know the time frames, Y2K. That's when, for those that are too young to remember or weren't trading back then, that's when they were afraid that the computers would not roll over to reflect the year 2000, that they would start from zero again. But I never heard of an instance where that happened. I think that was just a bunch of hype, and it caused a huge demand for new computers and whatnot, services, leading to the ultimate collapse of the NASDAQ after 2000 rolled around. Then you have your QE programs and where we are today. Here's the brief unwind that the market couldn't handle, and here we are today. You know, so if you bring this up on a higher level view, because you'd swear that this is unsustainable, and it's not. Longer term. Short term, if you take a look at this chart, it's the very same chart, but I'm using a 2 standard deviation Bollinger Band and a 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band. And you can see that all we need to do is trade sideways for a month, and we can continue this racket for a while longer. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see an end at any time, but this can continue higher. So while yes, it's unsustainable, and it's sometimes going to come to a horrible, horrible end. I think that we're still going to get a parabolic blow off top here in the market, and that we have further upside to go. So that is why I'm not rushing in to get short just yet. All right, let's take a look at Facebook for Jedi, and then we'll take a look at the airline stocks. At least the airline index, and then love LUV. All right, so Facebook, it broke out on the 7th. It held the breakout, or actually it didn't break out. It failed to hold the breakout. It broke out yesterday. Now we're doing a pullback and a retest of support. We have an alert set up here. Let's drill down to a 2-hour chart. Our alert is very close to getting triggered. Let's bring up Facebook here as well. It is up on the day. Just stalling out here a bit. So I would wait till our alert gets triggered, or we begin to break out before I opened up a trade on Facebook. But I still think it's a healthy chart. Let's take a quick look at the airline index, because yesterday the airline index had a fairly good day. And it is down this morning. No new daily low. And I thought that after yesterday's bullish reversal bar off the 50-day moving average that we would rally on positive news. And it doesn't appear that way. Let's check out how we look on a weekly basis. It doesn't mean we're going to close down. Look at this higher low on RSI. Admittedly, this candlestick at current, and it is Thursday, does not look healthy. Oh, and by the way, we're going to do Thursday night stock charts live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We'll go over the weekly charts. Let's bring up LUV. Very similar to the airline index, down on the week, near the lows. Note how it closed down yesterday relative to the airline index, which closed up. But today, similar price action. So we'll watch to see how it closes. If it reverses to close positive on the day along with the airline index, well then there may be a trade to be had on LUV. Wow. Russell's now down nearly 3/4 of a percentage point. And we're down 2 1/3% on LUV. How's Jedi's Facebook stock doing? Let's bring that up. Stalling out here a bit. Not doing much. If the market turns around, it'll probably turn around as well. Let's check out bonds really quick. See what yields are doing. We'll go with the 30-year. Bonds are rising. Yields are pulling back. That means that the banks are probably taking it on the chin as well. They're down nearly a percentage point. We stopped out of the banks a couple of days ago. And yesterday, if you take a look, this is a trap that many people fall into, and I've fallen into it myself. So, guilty as charged. We stopped out on the 7th. And then the next day, you had a bullish reversal bar, and you're saying to yourself, man, did I make a mistake? Should I go back in? And no, you shouldn't. Stand by your guns. Wait for a really good setup with bonds continuing to rally and yields pulling back. It's not good for the banks. So we'll avoid for now, especially with earnings coming up. I just don't want to be involved with the banks into earnings. And with that, folks, doesn't look like we have a whole bunch of people on this morning. So I'm going to sign off. I would say everybody have a profitable trading day. And Jedi, Facebook 300, brother. And I'll talk to you soon. Be well.